Hi, my friends. Welcome to the Diamond Painting Effect with Cori. I'm Cori, and I'm so excited that y'all are here today. I am going to be working on Stitch with Me, and I'm going to be working on the Victoria Wharf. This is an 11 count, 100 by 37 centimeters, and it is I got this one from VIP Cross Stitch on the 17th of March. I started it on the 20th of March, and I thought I would just work on that today because it's been a minute or two. A lot's been going on. I have a lot of new starts that are going to be coming up probably pretty soon, because if you haven't caught my video this morning, I got a haul from Hobby Lobby to end all hauls, and I could not believe my fortune. I'm glad they didn't have anything else there, or I would have been in real trouble. So I showed the kits, but I'll be going over them in detail in future videos. I've gotten to a point where I don't think I can do much more today, but I also have a Temu haul that is going up tomorrow, and so much is happening all of a sudden. It'll be a month of nothing, and then all of a sudden stuff starts happening. But this kit has 50 colors. I have not yet put it on floss drop, so that's a problem. I mean, it's not a real big problem. I don't know if I'm going to kit that one up anytime soon, because I do have other projects I want to do more. I'm going to be working on this red color that's up in the across the skyline, I believe is what it is. Let me see. It's the 25th color, and it's color 799, and it's a blue. And so that's what we'll work on today. It'll be this red area. That sky's gonna be pretty. I will put up a better picture of Victoria's Wharf, of what it looks like, what it's supposed to look like, because this is actually, even though it's kind of a big canvas, it's really, I'm not sure that it's big enough to get the detail that's needed in it. So, but let's see, where's a good place to start? I'll go ahead and kind of goes all the way across the top here. I'm going to just pick an area because there's no way to do it, find a line, because the stuff is just kind of scattered throughout. I have to be careful. There's an orange right next to this red. I'm going to check the colors on this canvas just to make sure I've got it right. And yes, I do believe I've got it right. And I lost my thread already off my needle. I think it's because it has such a big eye on this needle. I am doing it with 2 threads instead of 3. I did one with 3 threads, and I really didn't like it. I felt like it was too big. The thread, it was harder to make it look nice because it was just a big mess. Big and bulky. Okay, I will go ahead and start with this red right here. And we'll start stitching. Yeah, it was kind of exciting when I had seen Stitching Mommy. She talked about how Hobby Lobby, she had gotten some good deals on some fabric, cross stitch fabric, and I was like, I didn't know. I looked at my phone, and there was nothing on my phone about that kind of an ad. You know, nothing to show that they were having that much of a sale, and I almost didn't drop by. I like to go. There's one in the little town just north of Corpus that is really part of Corpus now, but Um, and I like to stop there on my way to my sister's house, and oh my goodness, they had all these kits that were drastically reduced, and they were, some of them were ones that I've been watching, um, wishing they were cheaper. I mean, these things are $35, $45, and I can't do that. I got that much for all the I paid for all the stuff I got. I paid $71, but I maybe I would have been better off buying one kit at a time, as far as the situation it's put me in now. But I got 6 nice kits for that. I think it was 6 that I came up with, and I came up with 6. Well, there was a total of 16 items in my kit, in my haul, and so most of it was fabric, but I know I have at least 10 kits. I mean 6 kits. So maybe I got 10 fabric. Some of it was the small in the square package, and some of it was the long tubes. I got four of the that were in tubes. And those things are big. And so I'm really excited about getting those. And those are some canvases that I can do, I can try and do some full coverage with, because they're tiny counts. And so I'm excited about that. I noticed that the pattern that I wanted on Heaven and Earth Design is on sale. I don't know if it's still on sale. I noticed it really, really late last night, and I thought I needed to think about it because of how much money I've already spent. But it's on sale for $9.50. And I'm thinking, well, I need to get all the things that were in my wish list were on sale for half off. And I'm like, that's so frustrating, because I just realized what I could do. Okay, maybe if it's still on sale, maybe I'll get them. My son had told me he would help me with this stuff, and what we did is we made an agreement. He wasn't going to buy everything for me, but he would buy me some. So maybe what I can do is, I told him I would use that somewhere else. He'll do that. He'll just, out of the blue, he'll just send me money on PayPal. He's a good kid. But yeah, I'll use that on. Maybe that's what I can do with that money, is get those patterns, or at least 2 of them. One of them, I don't know what it's called, but it's the cat. I had the diamond painting. It was the cat, like 3 cats on books in the library. It's a Randall Spangler, and it's with those really bright colors, and I really like that image. And I don't have the diamond painting anymore. I gave it away, but so there's a double reason I could do that for a full coverage piece. That will take years to finish. I've been anxious to start one. The problem with that, for the fabric, that means I would have to grit it. I know I can't do it without the gritting. I don't know how anybody does it. It helps make sure you're on track, I think. If you think you've got it right, but when the next grid doesn't match up, it's a lot easier to find it out then than after you've done a whole bunch more. Because if you use a missed stitch as your guide for your next stitch, it just puts, y'all know how that goes. It just puts everything off. So, but, so I'm very seriously thinking about doing that. My brother-in-law's birthday is today. He, I don't know if he's turning 78 or he's turning 79. When he's been saying I'm a 78-year-old man, I don't know if he's meaning almost or literally. So anyway, I ordered a light pad from Amazon for him, like the one that I did the video review. He really was eyeing that, and I was being mean to him, and I ordered it for him. And so he was actually needing it yesterday, so he got his present yesterday. And so that's going on. I thought because of that, one of the things I opened up in the Temu haul was some gold leafing, because he'd been wanting me to check out if I could find some, and I did. I didn't tell him I ordered it, so I think maybe I'll wrap that up for when we have dinner. I'll let him have that tonight. His favorite food, one of his favorite foods, I guess, is pork ribs. He just loves pork ribs. And I'm like, I don't know. I think they're overpriced. Vastly overpriced. But starting to do this stitch and grat, poke and pull. When it's confetti like this, I do a mixture of the sewing method and the poke and pull. I don't know what else to call it. Because the stitch method works for going certain directions, and sometimes you just adjust. And because I did stitch the other way for so long, sometimes I break into that habit of doing stitching other ways. Actually, what I used to do is I used to do the half cross and then come back and cross. I'd do a row across one way and then come back the other way. And I'll do that sometimes if I see that a line is taking me somewhere away from the main part. I will do it that way because it wastes less thread, I think. If you kind of do a half stitch up 3, 4, 5 stitches, and then you cover them back up on your way back down, that thread's not wasted going underneath to come back down. If that makes any sense. And there I did just do a half stitch on accident. So news on my sister is still planning to come. I'm having a hard time with it because it's turning out that she's going to need a bigger vehicle than I can bring. And so it doesn't make sense for me to go and drive because she needs help getting that vehicle home. She says her health has been better, that they've gotten her AFib under control. what happens when she's an AFib is she's just super, super tired, and that's what I'm worried about. She's just too tired to drive. I don't want there to be any problems. But she has promised me that she will pull over and sleep if she needs to sleep. But I feel guilty because I refuse to fly. I'm afraid of flying, and I put up with it in my younger life until the last flight I went on. I swore I wasn't ever going to do it again. And I may be coerced to one of these days, but I don't think it's going to be now. Not going to be now. So I'm hoping maybe there's someone else who's not afraid of flying who can go do it. But I guess it just makes sense for me to be the one to do it because I don't have any other obligations, so to speak, besides YouTube. I have YouTube, and I have my dogs, but the dogs can easily be taken care of by Dwayne. He mostly does it anyways, because that's who they love. But I do feel bad about leaving him. I think he does need... I don't need social interaction, honestly, guys. I've been by myself so long, and I'm content to do my projects and whatever, that I don't get lonely. I sometimes I wonder if there's something wrong with me, but I don't really get lonely. Maybe part of it's I don't have a chance to get lonely. But I think Dwayne does need that more. He doesn't know how to keep himself idly busy like I do. I think that's the issue there. Okay, that was my first thread. I've got another thread over here I'm gonna grab. I did the loop method, where you fold the ends together, and the ends that are loose are the ones that you thread, and then the other end has a loop, and then you just catch that loop with the needle and like this. I show you guys every time. I just know that sometimes there's people who may not have seen. So when I think about it, I'll give you some of my tips. But anyway, one of the other things about me going to see my sister is I have had jury duty for the last 3 weeks with the federal court. So that means I have to go to Corpus to do this. And every Friday they say, the jury, you were not needed this week. Check back next week. They'll change my date for the next Monday. And then the Friday before the Monday, they tell you whether or not you need to go. And I was just wondering if there are anything legal about keeping me. You know, I can't make any plans until I'm released from jury duty. Because once I know if it's not going to bleed over into the next week, I can do something. But my trip to go get Marcy would would uh, spill over into the following Monday, or not. I wouldn't be able to leave when I would be best for me to leave. My sister, if I went a little bit early before the day she's actually leaving to help her, but I don't know. Since I don't want to turn this all around, I'm just going to keep following the red. I'm going to keep going west. So, my son, he did spring cleaning for his truck. He took out the front car seat, passenger seat, and he had already taken the seat out. The seat's actually here in my living room. But he didn't take out all the stuff that was holding it there. And so he took out all the seatbelt buckle stuff and a bunch of all that stuff. And he put in a refrigerator and a shelf over there so that he has access to the fridge. He can open it and get a drink. He can his stuff's all handy. He doesn't have to get up and go back to the back of the truck every time he stops. So he was piling everything in that seat over there anyway. He just found a way to organize it, and that's what he did for his day off yesterday. He did spring cleaning, and so he was kind of happy about that. So I hope you guys are having a good day. I hope you're having fun stitching or diamond painting or whatever it is you're doing. Take care, and I'll see you guys again in the next one.